Good afternoon. Welcome to the Spring Commencement Ceremony honoring the graduates of the School of Information. I'm Dean Thomas Finholt. Welcome. Before I introduce our speaker, I'd like to extend a special welcome to all the family members and friends gathered here today to celebrate the class of 2018. Over the last 2, 4, or more years, you have encouraged and supported our students as they pursued their educational goals. In a few minutes, you'll be applauding their success as they cross the stage, but right now we want to give the graduates a chance to thank you for all that you've given them during their time at the School of Information. Let's have a round of applause for the families and friends here today. So this is the second year that we're holding our ceremony here in the Power Center. The fact that we've outgrown 2 other campus venues in the last 8 years is proof that our school continues to grow in size and relevance. The world-changing impact of the information revolution continues to require more and more professionals like our graduates, people who can analyze, evaluate, and utilize the data generated by nearly every transaction or interaction today. People who have the skills and the judgment to harness its good and mitigate its potential for harm for the ultimate benefit of all humankind. In 2017, we celebrated the 200th anniversary of the founding of the University of Michigan. Yay, go blue. As one of the oldest public universities in the United States, Michigan has had a central role in shaping the uniquely American model of the great modern research university. The university grew out of the progressive vision of individuals who saw the challenges of their day and responded with an institution that is continually remaking itself, just as the School of Information has evolved and remade itself in keeping with the times since graduating its first class of 34 students 91 years ago in 1927. In 1996, the School of Information and Library Science was reborn as the School of Information with a new charter, a new vision, and a new curriculum focused on hands-on learning and community service, user-centered information retrieval, practical engagement, and IT innovation. In the words of that charter, the pace of change is such that the school must provide lifelong learning opportunities to established information professionals and prepare students to pioneer career paths that do not now exist. Many of you are leaving here to take up positions that did not exist 20 years ago. Jobs like social media manager, web developer, UX designer, metadata librarian. And because of your UMSI training, you are also prepared for your 2nd, 3rd, or 4th jobs down the road, jobs that may not exist now but will in a few years, and you will be ready. This has been an eventful year for the School of Information. Last summer, we received reaccreditation for a master's degree from the American Library Association, making us one of the longest continually accredited programs in the country. Our UMSI Bicentennial Symposium last fall was a day-long gathering of leading thinkers in the fields of information, technology, libraries, and entrepreneurship. Looking forward, we are spearheading a university-wide initiative to develop a new graduate certificate program in augmented and virtual reality, and we continue to explore the frontier of online education. But perhaps the most significant accomplishment of the past year, and the one that has already captured the attention of media around the world, was the establishment of the School of Information Center for Social Media Responsibility. The center will build upon the school's strong global reputation for leadership in social media research. We aim to create tools that make research available to the public, the media, consumers, social media companies, to help combat the rising tide of misinformation and manipulation that threatens to overwhelm the internet and undermine our trust in what we read and see online. So it is with great pride and pleasure that I introduce today's speaker, the new Executive Director of the Center for Social Media Responsibility, Garland Gilchrist II. Garland is a Detroit native who most recently served as Director of Innovation and Emerging Technology for the City of Detroit, where he championed several measures to improve transparency in government. Previously, he was the Director of the Center for Community Change in Washington, D.C. He served as National Campaign Director for MoveOn.org and coordinated campaigns against the suppression of minority voting in Florida, Texas, and the Carolinas. He managed social media for the first Obama presidential campaign. He is the co-founder and advisor of TinyGive, which allows people to donate to nonprofits via Twitter. As a member of the Board of Directors of Vocal, a technology platform for nonprofits, he advises on new media strategies to improve civic engagement and educational opportunities. Garland holds bachelor's degrees in computer science and computer engineering from the University of Michigan, graduating with honors. We are fortunate that he's chosen to return to the university today in a professional capacity, and we're honored to have him present our commencement remarks today. Please join me in welcoming Garland Gilchrist II.
Good afternoon. I have to adjust this a little bit because I'm a little taller than Tom. But I want to thank Dean Vindholt for the opportunity to be here to address you today, for the opportunity to join the most exciting school on campus, the School of Information. I want to thank the rest of the leadership of the School of Information as well. Senior Associate Dean Beth Yakel, Associate Dean Paul Resnick, Assistant Dean Judy Lawson, the faculty members who have helped shape your education and challenge your thinking, my staff colleagues who make sure that things actually happen, the parents, friends, extended family members who are joining this great commencement exercise to mark the achievement that you have accomplished and that we're seeing finally come to culmination today. And most importantly, students, congratulations. Go Blue. I also want to thank my family members who are in attendance, my mother, my father, my uncles. They've joined me here. They've supported me throughout my journey, both personal, educational, as well as professional. And I thank them for continuing to support me. So something I admire about so many of you here, and everybody on this stage apparently, is those of you who have pursued advanced degrees. You've pursued them because you've made a choice to focus on a big problem for an extended period of time. There are a lot of big problems to focus on, and I want to talk about one of them and give a call to action. But as I was preparing my remarks, I sought some advice from people who are more experienced and more intelligent and better looking than I am. And I got advice in the form of an acronym. An acronym that was 5 letters and they were all the same. They were called the 5 B's. And the 5 B's are simply, be brief, brother, be brief. So I'm not going to take too much time, because that was good advice, because y'all are here to see these graduates actually walk the stage. But I want to talk about what faces them and what faces our entire world once they leave that stage. We live in a world today that is faced with almost unexplainable inequality and inequity in so many different areas of life. Income and wealth, education gaps, health outcomes, racial and ethnic disparities. And these lead to, frankly, awful circumstances for so many of our brothers and sisters in the human race. Income and wealth disparity shows itself in class divisions, housing discrimination. The education disparities lead to the resegregation of schools in cities like my own Detroit. They lead to the education wage gap, which, God bless you all, you may not experience because you have degrees from the University of Michigan. But so many others may experience that if they are not afforded that same opportunity. The health outcomes lead to lower life expectancy, to higher infant mortality, and worse air that you can breathe and higher asthma rates simply based on your zip code. The zip code that neighbors mine, where I currently live in existing Detroit, in the city of Detroit, is the least healthy zip code with the highest rate of asthma in the entire state of Michigan, because there are a bunch of people who live next door to a Marathon oil refinery. These inequities and disparities are devastating, but they're also connected. You see, I believe that there is a core inequity and inequality that links all of these together, and that if we are able to address that inequity, we can change the world together. And that inequity is the inequitable access to high quality, well understood, well distributed, and accurate information. Well, thankfully, we have a School of Information at the University of Michigan that can prepare students and leaders and researchers to deal with how we can solve these highly connected challenges. Now, I learned about the importance of access to high quality information. I learned about what it meant when different people had different access to information and the outcomes or the value that could be extracted from that as a student at the University of Michigan. Yes, I graduated with 2 degrees from the College of Engineering, but while I was on campus, I graduated in 2005 for context, there was no BSI program. So basically, I snuck into a couple of master's classes at SI. And I don't know if that class is still offered, but the class I took that gave me the most important concept that I learned in undergrad was called Information Economics. And in Info Econ, I learned about a concept called information asymmetry. Now what that means is, for those of you who do not have degrees in SI, what that means is any relationship, any interaction can be understood as an interaction between people or parties that have different levels of access to information, different levels of quality of information, are able to access information more quickly than some others are able to access it. Basically, if you are more informed than another person, you can extract value from that person. It's the reason why your plumber can charge you money to fix your toilet. The plumber knows which wrench to use, which thing to unscrew. You don't know that. If you knew it, you wouldn't call the plumber. This information asymmetry can be used to model all sorts of relationships. Once that set in, I started to think about how it had played out in my life and how it had afforded me opportunities. You see, I was born on the west side of Detroit and raised in the first half of my childhood on the east side. And I had a grandmother who was a school teacher, a social studies teacher in Detroit public schools. And when I was 5 years old, she bought me a computer, making me the first kid on my block to have a computer because she knew her baby needed to have a computer. Now, my parents, when that came into our household, they made a choice. They said that we can be the gatekeepers of this information producing and distributing device in our household and determine how our son experiences it. Or we can enable him to explore his creativity and unlock all the possibility in that plastic and metal box. They made the choice to do that, and it set me on a path of exploration and learning and growth and understanding and access to all the world had to offer as a 5-year-old. That enabled possibility for me to understand what engineering was. That enabled me the possibility to understand how writing could travel. That enabled me to understand that I was gaining something by having this tool to access information. That created possibility for me as far as my education as well as my career. I rode that computer all the way through college. Computer engineering, computer science. I left to be a software developer at Microsoft, learning how to build tools to present information in a better way so people could be more productive and more effective. But ultimately, I found that unsatisfying. That's because I remembered that there were inequities that I lived alongside when I lived in the city of Detroit. The people who I played basketball with growing up grew up in very different circumstances than I did. What was the reason for their different life experiences? What were the inequities that they were faced with and had to wrestle with? The training that I got from the University of Michigan, the experience I had as a professional, enabled me to find a way to serve them by leveraging that expertise. That's why I left Microsoft the week before I got married, and still got married, so that worked. But that's why I left Microsoft, because I needed to apply that technical thinking to solving the challenges that face, in this case, the United States of America. I left Microsoft to work at a social justice organization called the Center for Community Change, where we addressed economic injustice and inequality, housing discrimination, immigration reform, issues that impact families every single day. The way that those issues were approached from a policy perspective and from an advocacy perspective could be enhanced by a well-informed approach that understood how people communicate. For example, some of the research we did showed that immigrant communities in the southwestern part of the United States, especially those Spanish-speaking immigrants, were highly reliant on their cell phones to communicate with themselves and their community as well as their families back in their countries of origin. Based on that insight, we decided to use SMS text messaging way back in the ancient days of 2009 to create the largest and most effective and impactful advocacy tool for Spanish-speaking immigrants in the country to advocate for comprehensive immigration reform. Without an understanding of how people use information and how they use tools to distribute it, we may not have had that insight. Those individuals may not have been able to raise their voice and be heard without fear, regardless of their documentation status. There can be no change. There can be no decisions made without information playing a role. Even if someone makes a decision out of ignorance, that lack of information impacts that decision. It is a decisive factor. But going on in my advocacy career, I remembered that the most important thing to me was actually coming back home to Detroit. So that's why after 9 years, I came home in 2014 and began working for city government in a newly created, completely made up, totally misunderstood position called Director of Innovation and Emerging Technology. A lot of words that didn't have a definition. But the way that I saw it, when looking at the city of Detroit, my hometown that I came back home to on purpose, what I saw was a city that had challenges that could be addressed. Challenges of regentrification and economic development being spread inequitably across communities. Health disparities and income inequality. Well, I felt like maybe if information was more equitably distributed, maybe if we all had access to be able to discern and understand it, maybe we could make some progress on some of those challenges. What if all the information that was locked up in the government was freely available to people? And not just people with a lot of money who could afford to have a relationship or convince someone to give it to them. What if that inequity was eradicated? And so we began down a path of making a government that had lost trust over the last 30 years to become more trustworthy and more transparent. That's the power that information can enable. You see, there's data, there's information, there's knowledge, and there's wisdom. The saying goes that knowledge is power, but you cannot have knowledge without information and without context. We have to deal with all of the inequities that I've described. Not just in Detroit, because, some of y'all may go to Detroit, some of you may not. But wherever you go in your life and career, understand that equipped with the training, education, and expertise that you have gained, you also now have a responsibility to apply it, not just in the private sector, not just in the research sector, but apply it to the problems that face us as people. You are equipped to do that, and the movements and mountains full of people around this globe are excited and ready for you to come and stand alongside them. Now, as Dean Findholt mentioned, I was able and thankful and humbled to join the School of Information to help lead the Center for Social Media Responsibility. Has anyone seen that Facebook has been in the news lately? It's been really helpful that our name is so highly Googleable, like social media responsibility. That's a phrase people Google now. That means that the insight from the leadership of SI to stand up such a center was spot on. Because there are big questions we need to ask of those who handle so much data and information. What are they responsible for? Who are they accountable to? Who are their customers? The answers to these questions may be obvious and they may not be. They may not be agreed upon. But at the Center for Social Media Responsibility, we want to help define what it means to be responsible in this ecosystem, because that's not agreed upon either. Everyone in this information ecosystem has a role to play as a social media platform, as an advertiser, as a media maker, as a researcher, and as a user. how can we all own our collective responsibility, and then how can we actually design to maximize responsibility across all those levels? That's a challenge we need to solve now in a smaller, more connected world. And there are no people on the planet better prepared to diagnose, understand, propose, and implement solutions to that challenge than the people who are sitting here in this room. This is a call to action. It is urgent that we take this responsibility. Having this knowledge and information in our heads is not good enough. The world will be better when we share it. So I pray, I beg, I ask that all of you step up, stand out, be the source of that expertise to help that information flow. Because if we solve this information inequity challenge, if we understand the responsibility of all of these platforms and systems that connect us, we will make progress and hopefully get closer to eradicating every other inequity that exists on the face of the earth. And that is the Michigan difference. Thank you, everyone. And congratulations.
Okay, please join me again in thanking Garland. Excellent. Now I'd like to introduce Professor Nicole Ellison, the director of our doctoral program, who will recognize our PhD graduates. Nicole?
Thank you. It's my pleasure to introduce the individuals who have earned a Doctor of Philosophy degree in the past year. As we honor them, we would also like to recognize their faculty advisors, so we will ask them to come to forward as we read the names of their students. Andrea Barbarin. Andrea has a BA from Wesleyan University and a Juris Doctor degree from George Washington University Law School. She earned her MSI here at the School of Information. While she was a master's student here, she was inspired by her advisor, Tiffany Vinot, to pursue a doctoral degree. Her dissertation is titled Toward Health Information Technology that Supports Overweight and Obese Women in Addressing Emotion and Stress-Related Eating. During her time at UMSI, she received a Rackham Merit Fellowship and grants from the Institute for Research on Women and Gender and Rackham. She also served as a member of the Doctoral Executive Committee and on the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusivity Strategic Planning Committee. Andrea is enjoying her work as a design research lead at IBM Watson Health in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Congratulations, Andrea. Alan Flynn. Alan Flynn has a doctorate in pharmacy from the University of Michigan and worked as a network analyst, a hospital staff pharmacist, and as a research analyst at Michigan Medical School. He began his doctoral studies in 2013 at UMSI, where his advisor has been Dr. Carl Lugosi. His dissertation is titled The Knowledge Grid, a platform to increase the interoperability of computable knowledge and produce advice for health. Among the honors he's received while at UMSI are a second place in the AMIA Student Paper Competition, UMSI Students' Choice Teaching Award, and the Distinguished Service Award from the American Society of Health System Pharmacists. After graduation, he'll be joining the faculty of the University of Michigan Medical School's Department of Learning Health Sciences in the Division of Learning and Knowledge Systems as an assistant professor. Congratulations, Alan. Caitlin Holman. Caitlin holds a BA in International Affairs from the University of Maine and an MSI from the School of Information. While an MSI student, she developed a software platform called GradeCraft designed to support instructors implementing an approach to teaching called gameful learning, which encourages student engagement by using principles of intrinsic motivation derived from well-designed games. Gradecraft is now used by more than 100 courses at Michigan and beyond. Her dissertation, not surprisingly, is titled Building a Better Game, a Theory of Gameful Learning and the Construction of Student Personas with Agency. Her advisors are Barry Fishman and Stephanie Teasley. Her accomplishments while at UMSI include appearing as a TEDx U of M speaker and winning the 2014 Yahoo Teaching with Technology Award. She is now Associate Director for Research and Development at the Office of Academic Innovation, University of Michigan. Congratulations, Caitlin. Yu Young Ho. Yu Young Ho has a bachelor's degree from Peking University and a master's degree from Michigan State, both in psychology. Her exploration of human-computer interaction and computer-supported collaborative work led her to UMSI and to her advisor, Cliff Lampe. Her dissertation is titled Understanding the Design and Implementation of Civic Technologies in Resource-Limited Public Organizations. She defended her dissertation last August and has been working as a user experience researcher at Google since last June. We're happy she has returned to campus so we can recognize her today. Congratulations, Yu Young. Jasmine Jones. Jasmine Jones has a BS in Computer Science and Interdisciplinary Studies from the University of Maryland. While at UMSI, she received numerous awards and honors, including an NSF Graduate Student Fellowship in her first year. She also received a research fellowship from the NSF Korea National Research Foundation and a GEM Science Fellowship. She was a Google Anita Borg Scholar finalist and received a bronze medal in the ACM Student Research Competition. Her dissertation, under the direction of her advisor, Mark Ackerman, was titled Crafting a Narrative Inheritance, an HCI Design Framework for Family Memory. She is currently a postdoc at the University of Minnesota, where she is researching how technologies can help people pass down family memories to future generations and to facilitate social support for people with emotionally challenging chronic illnesses. Congratulations, Jasmine. Congratulations. Gaurav Parathe. Gaurav has a BE in Electrical and Electronic Engineering from Birla Institute of Technology and Science in India. Following an internship at Microsoft Research in India, his research into top HCI labs brought him to UMSI and to his advisor, Mark Newman. His dissertation is titled Principles for Designing Context-Aware Applications for Physical Activity Promotion. His honors while at UMSI include being selected for IDEO CoLab Fellowship in 2017 and 2 first-place awards for projects shown at UMSI Exposition in 2013 and 2016. He will be joining the Special Projects team at Kindred AI, a robotics startup that the MIT Technology Review listed as one of the top 50 smartest companies in 2017. Congratulations, Gaurav. Congratulations. Sang-Suk Yu. Sang-Suk Yu holds a bachelor's degree in business administration and a master's degree in human-computer interaction from Sun Kwon University in Korea. His interest in HCI, management, robotics, and virtual reality brought him to UMSI and to his advisor, Lionel Robert. His dissertation is titled Technology with Embodied Physical Actions, Understanding Interactions and Effectiveness Gains in Teams Working with Robots. Since receiving his PhD last summer, he has held a postdoctoral research fellowship at Syracuse University. This fall, he will be starting a tenure-track assistant professorship at the Management Science Institute at HEC Paris. Congratulations, Sang-Suk. Finally, we are taking this occasion to award a posthumous doctorate to Shin Rong, who began his studies at UMSI in 2011. His advisor was Eitan Adar. Shin was a valued and respected member of the UMSI community who is deeply missed. We would like to observe a moment of silence in honor of his memory. Thank you. Now please join me in applauding the success of our PhD graduates.
Thank you, Nicole. Next, I want to introduce Beth Yakel, our Senior Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, who will present our student awards. Beth?
Thank you, and congratulations to everyone. Our first presentation is the Edmund Low Award. The award was established by the class of 1972 in honor of Professor Edmund Low upon his retirement. Nominations are solicited from the master's students, and the award recipient is chosen by the executive officers of the School of Information Masters Association. Awardees embody the qualities valued by Professor Low: dedication to service, empathy for others, confidence building, industry, interpersonal acuity, responsibility, and humor. This year, the recipient of the Edmund Low Award is Julie Cruz. Yes. You have to stay. Julie's nominators noted, Julie was a great help and involved in the UMSI community as a board member of SEMA and an Elevate Your Passion advisor. She is engaged, active, and always friendly. Another nominator said, I have worked with Julie as a member of SEMA for 2 semesters, and it wasn't hard to spot the passion Julie possessed for the betterment of the UMSI curriculum and the overall well-being of the cohort. On behalf of your fellow students and the entire UMSI community, congratulations,
Thank
Julie.
You so much. Thank you.
Our next award is the Margaret Man Award. This is the first and oldest student award in the School of Information. It was established in 1938 by the University of Michigan Library Science Alumni Society to honor Professor Margaret Man upon her retirement. Professor Mann was the first external faculty member to be hired into the new Department of Library Science when it was created in 1926. This award is given annually to one or more students who demonstrate exceptional academic ability and professional promise. With the Margaret Man Award, we recognize the heritage of the School of Information and the reminder that the deep roots of professional education in the information field at the University of Michigan. The Margaret Man Award recognizes future promise through evidence of accomplishment at UMSI. We have 2 awards to present today. Both our scholars truly exemplify the award's intent. Our first Margaret Man Award goes to Joshua Gardner. Please come up to the stage. Josh is an outstanding student, pursuing dual master's degrees in information and applied statistics, while maintaining a 3.98 and a 3.95 GPA in these programs, respectively. He selected the master's thesis option for his MSI program, and as a result has already published several papers in top journals in our field. He's also been a force for social good during his time here, running tutorials and workshops for the A-Square Data Dive, giving workshops for UMSI, serving as a GSI and GSRA, and tutoring his colleagues. In the last year, he expanded his work as team captain of the Michigan Data Science Team as a GSRA and has engaged in scientific peer review. He is a highly sought-after junior scholar and has been wooed by several doctoral programs, and I believe he'll be attending one at the University of Washington in the fall. Congratulations, Josh. Our second Margaret Man Award goes to Etiowo Usoro. During his time in the MHI program, T, as he's known, has excelled academically, led a number of impactful projects, and shown significant leadership ability through his service to the MHI program and to other MHI students. Among his many accomplishments were his learning a programming code in 2 weeks to develop an interactive tool for patient care, developing an inclusive advising support tool to help first-year students in choosing classes, and his help with recruiting and MHI student seminars. During his internship at Kaiser Permanente, one physician said, "T taught me many things I did not know." Another supervisor said, "He truly is a maker and an amazing and fantastic colleague to work with. With his departure, he will leave a big hole on our team. He is the best." Congratulations, T, on your Margaret Man Award. In 2015, in honor of the professor who devoted many years of effort to the development of the Bachelor of Science program, we created the John L. King Award to recognize an outstanding student in our undergraduate program. This year, I'm delighted to announce that the award will go to Tanya Madhani. Tanya is described as collaborative and inclusive, thoughtful and passionate about the representation of diverse voices and experiences in the classroom. She founded the Social Media Consulting Club, an undergraduate organization at the University of Michigan that provides social media consulting to U of M departments, organizations, and other affiliates. She was also the senior editor for Michigan in Color, a section of the Michigan Daily explicitly focusing on the experiences of U of M students of color. Please join me in congratulating our John L. King Award winner, Tanya Madhani. Our final presentation is the Nicki Rhoda Award. 5 years ago, the School of Information introduced a new student award and the first award ever named for a student. It was inspired by an exceptional student, Nicki Rhoda. Nicki had a significant impact on the school while she was here as a student, showing leadership and initiative and inspiring fellow students. She created the A-Square Data Dive, a weekend-long volunteer event in which community data scientists come together to help area nonprofits analyze and understand their data to better serve their clients. She served as an executive officer of the Student Organization for Computer-Human Interaction, formed advising groups for students, and was recognized as a true role model. As one of her colleagues said, ultimately, Nicki made UMSI a better place to be a student. The Nicki Rhoda Student Impact Award celebrates a student who has shown initiative and dedication to service, has influenced the culture and climate of the school in positive ways, has been a student leader and a good ambassador, and has left a lasting legacy. I have the great pleasure of announcing that the winner of this year's Nicki Rhoda Award is George Liu. George has been a strong and positive leader as the SIBA president, consistently trying to improve and maximize the BSI student experience at UMSI. Working closely with other SIBA officers, George created the BSI Mentorship Program, a program that informally connected a junior and a senior student to help navigate UMSI, UM, and the career internship world beyond. SIBA also initiated the Final 40 event this year, providing fun and useful activities for BSI students to socially connect and gain skills. George's leadership was a major factor in SIBA's productive year. He started the year with team and relationship building activities which brought the officer group closer on a personal level, created the trust needed to initiate these programs and activities. He also worked thoughtfully with the UMSI administration and created a good bridge between administration and students, understanding the needs of the administration while still advocating for his fellow students. George has left a lasting impression on SIBA, and we foresee his legacy continuing as the BSI program grows and SIBA continues to be an integral student organization at UMSI. Congratulations, George. This concludes our student awards for 2018.
Okay, now I'd like to invite Asha Shinoy Kudpi to address remarks on behalf of the graduate students. Asha.
In my first year at school, I worked with admissions, and almost every person I interacted with asked me this one question: what makes SI so special? My immediate and heartfelt response was, we have a great curriculum and amazing learning opportunities. Both true, but it got me thinking, if I were to do it all over again, what about SI would bring me back here? It's got to be the 7-month winters. I'm kidding, of course. It's you. It's the people of SI and our amazing inclusive culture. SI is a community that values diversity in people, which in turn brings diverse cultures, opinions, and ideas to the table. At SI, I've met the smartest, the kindest of people, but what I appreciate the most here is the persistence that I see in this cohort. Whether it is to not give up on that challenging assignment, or on the job search, or just getting to school when there's 6 inches of snow outside, I see persistence in every action. Some of us balanced coursework with a part-time job or two. Some others worked full-time jobs with their coursework. Some of us had to figure out childcare or elder care while they were at school. But each one of us found creative ways to make this happen. The persistence I see here is what I believe defines our cohort, and the reason why I'm confident each one of us is going to thrive on our chosen paths. Today, more than ever before, there are drastic changes in how information is stored, transferred, and analyzed. The world needs us, now more than ever. It's upon us to make sure this is done right. This degree has not given us a ready-made formula to apply to every problem out there. Rather, over these past 2 years, we've challenged each other to think beyond our own perspectives, to embrace ambiguity, and to listen to diverse opinions. This program has produced the most persistent people I know, and I'm looking forward to the amazing things that this cohort will achieve. Education is a process of transformation. I speak for myself here, but I feel this sentiment will be echoed by each graduate student. SI has brought out the best in me and given me the skills and confidence to face my future head-on. Let's take a moment to see how far we've come and thank the people in our lives that made this possible. The faculty that guided us, our families that supported us, and friends that were with us on our worst days offering words of comfort. Class of 2018, it's been an amazing 2 years with you. Thank you for sharing this experience with me. For today, goodbye. For tomorrow, good luck. And forever, go blue.
Thank you, Asha. As we get ready to announce the names of the graduates in this next section, you may notice that many of the students today are wearing braided cords in addition to their other academic regalia. The maize and blue cords are for participation in the Leadership Development Series. These student leaders attended sessions over the school year that covered topics such as leadership theory, conflict resolution, and identity. The red cords are service cords awarded by the Ginsberg Center for Community Service and Learning. These cords recognize students who have committed to over 20 hours of volunteer service in a single term. And finally, the red, white, and blue cords identify the graduates who were Peace Corps Coverdell Fellows. And now with great pride, we present the 2018 master's degree recipients of the School of Information. Tiffany Vanneau, Director of the Health Informatics Program, will read the names of those who have earned the Master of Health Informatics degree. Tiffany?
Shrishti Agarwal. Misbah Ahmed. Aaron Begazinski. Brian Ming Chen. An Duong. Maria Asiat. Beltran Figueroa. Ryan Freeland. Goshiana Fu. Adam Gilliman. Amaya Habib. Eugene Young. Reham Khan. Aliye Kimbeng. Pingrui Ki. Dahi Lee. Jinshu Liu. Kirsten McGarry. Alfredo Novoa. Chinmay Pandit. Nitya Rajendran. Shruti Ravishankar. Merida Safari. Shabam Sidar. Etiolo Usoro. Tianchi Wang. Dehan Yu. Nalingna Yuan. Anna Zheng. And now Senior Associate Dean Beth Yakel will read the names of the Masters of Science in Information graduates.
Michael Abarino. Udeje Ajuku. Guvrang Alat. Sophie Ambakar.
Oh, Sinju Bang.
Sinju Bang. Aravind Bharati. Wei K. Tate Chamberlain. Amy Chen. Hungju Chen. Mingxi Chen. Poheng Chen. Rebecca Chen. Yian Chen. Janet Cheng. Gary Cheng. Asha Shunoi Kudpi. Julie Cruz. Nundung. Rahul Dio. Stephen Deukler. Brad DeVries. Saskia DeVries. Anand Doshi. Yongji Doan. Sage Esposito. Matilda Finnegan. Mei Fu. Joshua Gardner. Madison Goforth. Ruta Gokuli. Eugene Gu. Ankita Gupta. Juntin Gupta. Pulavi Gupta. Saul Hankin. Stephen Harji. Jacob Haspiel. Kwamisha Hayes. Marcy Held. Michael Ho. Tyler Hoff. Kelly Hovinga. Shi Huan. Ru Jia. Shili Jiang. Xiaomin Jiang. I get to keep that. Sneha Joshi. Thank you. Manikandan KV. Yep. Okay. Hello. Kenji Kaneko. Vibhuti Kanikar. Harry Kim. Soo Gyong Kim. Yong-on Kim. Claire Koo. Deepak Krishnan. Yingchen Kuo. Jason Lam. Chong Lee. Yushan Lee. Kihan Liu. Andrew Jun Lin. Hao Yu Liu. Tianyi Liu.
Thank you.
Yu Liu. Huan Chen Lu. Junshu Lu. Yuanhan Lu. Joseph Luke. Nathan Magyar. Claire Marshall. Kristen Mayer. Randall McCombs. Desiree McLean. Congratulations. Evan Metzke. Congratulations. Jill Meyerson. Chelsea Miller. Mary Catherine Mueller. Nisha Mohan. Zhongshuan Mo. Celia Milder. Dylan Nelson. Teo Huang Nguyen. Jianyi Niyi. Molly Pandey. Nicholas Pandolfi. Congratulations. Wilson Parson. Olivia Pattershak. Russell Peterson. Congratulations. Alyssa Pierce. Ying Jin Chi. Rishikesh Rao. Congratulations. Benjamin Rarick. Congratulations. Josue Reyes. Vanessa Rinlinsky. Janelle Sanchez Leos. Perva Sasane. Aranil Sarma. Hope Renata Schaefer. Jane Sung. Congratulations. Mayank Sharma. Congratulations. Mary Alexander Sharman. Amy Shee. Brennan Seek. Nuvdeep Singh Buga. Catherine Statmiller. Congratulations. Raymond Su. Kaiwan Sun. Congratulations. Omkar Sunkasat. Congratulations. Paul Suvansuba. Sarah Swiderski. Congratulations. Molly Shemansky. Aaron Tang. Raden Tonev. Megan Urisco. Sarah Vander. Niharika Ved. Sonakshi Watel. Zoe Wilkinson Saldana. Jeremy Wolverton. Sichi Xia. Congratulations. Siyong Xiang. Yuqing Xia. I'll take it. Xiameng Liu. Paris Shi. Adam Anderson. Jay Choi. Kathy Chow. Sharon Lee. Hannah Jiang. Bess Anderson. Tongjun Chang. Chen Wang. Shengyi Su. Congratulations. Yilin Su. Shihiyun Yung. Sinju Hian. Muhan Yuan. Congratulations. Ishi Zhang. Congratulations. Yihue Jiang. Congratulations. Jingshu Shao. Ling Zhang.
Can I shake hands?
Yes. Shuyao Drew. Congratulations to the 2018 class of Master of Science in Information graduates.
Okay, now I invite George Liu to speak on behalf of the undergraduate students. George?
Hi, my name is George Liu. Before I begin, I would just like to thank two very important people in my life, my mom and dad. Just thank you for getting me to this point in my life and giving me the opportunity to come to the best university in the world. Can we give a round of applause to all the parents here today? I, along with my fellow BSI students, are about to officially graduate from the University of Michigan tomorrow with a Bachelor's of Science in Information. And now for some of you parents here, while we thank you, you might not admit this yet, but you're still unsure as to exactly what kind of degree your child's graduating with. When they first approached you and told you about this School of Information, you probably asked them, what do you mean by majoring in information? Isn't everything information? The School of Information is an amazing school. Why? Well, I recently checked the last 2 years of my Google Calendar and found that I've been fed for free by the School of Information over 60 times, which equates to about 1 free meal per school week. So thank you. And over half of that was probably catering from a restaurant called Jerusalem Garden. So there's no denying that they take good care of you here. But beyond that, and more importantly, the School of Information is an amazing school because of how many diverse opportunities it offers and the people in it. I could have never dreamed of coming to a school that offered so many meaningful educational and extracurricular experiences, such as opportunities to be a teaching assistant, to go on different innovation treks to new cities, to working on so many semester-long design and coding projects with real-world clients. It's been wonderful to have been able to meet the friendly and talented people in this BSI cohort. This has been a special group. We've been a special group in a time of change and evolution as the BSI program rapidly grows. After all, we're only the 4th official graduating class from the BSI program. And hold on, I forgot to flip the page. We've been given the unique opportunity to be a part of, but also define what it means to be a BSI student, and we've done a wonderful job. I'm thankful to have gotten to meet and know many of you during my time here. I'm also thankful that the faculty and administration at this school have been more than I could have ever hoped for. I will think fondly of all the wonderful UMSI professors, staff, and others I've interacted with here because they showed me and my fellow peers that they wanted us to succeed, and that is something that should never be taken for granted. BSI Class of 2018, we did it. From satisfying all the right stakeholders to starting our own information cascades, we did it, we made it this far, and now it's on to the next chapter. Let's make the most out of today and be grateful for the positives in today because we never know what tomorrow will bring. Let's give thanks in all circumstances, do our best, and keep moving forward through the next set of unexpected yet inevitable twists and turns of life. I hope to see you at the 10-year reunion, which I'll probably be planning. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, George. Now we'll recognize the graduates of the BSI program. Earlier I explained the significance of the cords that many of the graduate students were wearing. With the BSIs, you will also notice yellow cords on some of our students. These symbolize high academic honors, Angel Scholars, members of Phi Beta Kappa, university honors, and so forth. And I have to point out here, as a footnote, we're not a very large program, and I think there's only 116 undergraduates graduating today, but 29% of them were Angel Scholars. So that's awesome. And in the recent honors convocation, university honors convocation, I think like 75% of BSI students receive university honors. So outstanding. So now I'd like to introduce Professor Barry Fishman, Director of the undergraduate program, who will recognize our BSI graduates. Barry?
Robert Alterman. Edward Anderson. Jessica Andrews. Renee Armstrong. Christian Baird. Yusuf Bell. Carly Beloff. Jack Billings. Barry Blitzer. Eric Blome. Nick Bozell. Jack Bracchi. Robert Bracchi. Jessica Brown. Alan Chen. Austin Tsai. Alyssa Chan. Hunter Charvat. Emma Berger. Yushan Chen. Julian Childress. Mackenzie Chayette. Matthew Kleins. Amos Cohn. Joseph Constantino. William Cooper. Maximilian Dar. Salvatore DeGioia. Colleen Fiola. Mackenzie Francisco. Luis Gago. Owen Gatto. Samara Gould. Terrence Green. Jonathan Gropper. Hosea Guevara. Zoe Hall Bison. Karun Hallen. Samantha Holzhauer. Zhang Hu. Madison Huffman. Sabina Hutter. Ethan Janot. Kennedy Kaufman. Thomas Kidd. David Kim. Hyorim Kim. Rachel Kim. Sugi Kim. Juliana Lam. Uriel Lee. Jamie Leeds. Matthew Levkowski. Brandon Levine. Julia Locke. Megan Londa. George Liu. Peter Mack. Tanya Madhani. Adam Mason. Jessica Mathis. Amanda McLeod. Paige Darcy Mittenthal. Samantha Maross. Lauren Murphy. Barut Nair. David Wynn. Madeline Nowicki. Catherine O'Neill. Diana Ohm. Wade Penman. Jamie Perlmutter. Evan Pesh. Tom Pickren. Ibrahim Rashid. Kendra Repo. James Rosser. Jacqueline Rudolph. Joanna Rashidi. Anna Shepley. Zachary Sherman. Carlo Shin. Len Shirase. L. Schwer. Dave Singh. John Strainer. Jessica Stewart. Abigail Soldin. Mithel Suradavara. Neelin Sutherson. Angel Sai. Mara Varady. Abril Vela. Tyler Walker. Allison Wanderer. Fernando Wang. Abby Warren. Avery Wine.
Let me be the first to welcome you as the newest alumni of the School of Information. As you go forward to rewarding careers and great lives, remember that you will always be part of the UMSI community because of what you have contributed while you were here and for what you will accomplish in the future. You are now part of a powerful network of over 8,000 UMSI alumni. That's 1.9% of all UM alumni. Go SI. Fellow graduates are ready to counsel and mentor you just as I expect you will assist future alumni. Well, I'm sure you're all excited to begin the next chapter of your life, putting your knowledge to work in a new career or continuing your education. I hope that you'll stay in touch with us and stay involved with your school. You're part of UMSI now and forever. Go forward and go blue. Hey, before concluding, please join me in thanking our speakers, Garland, Asha, and George. Thank you. Family and friends, congratulations. That concludes our graduate recognition ceremony for the School of Information class of 2018. We request that everyone remain seated until the faculty and our graduates have left the auditorium. Please join us for an outdoor reception, hopefully not raining, on Ingalls Mall, just past the Alumni Center on the left as you head down Washington Avenue. Thank you for coming and have a wonderful summer.
Thank you.